Hello everyone, just to quickly explain, this video was filmed on 2 separate days to align with when I listened to the albums. So that's why there's a change of clothing, just to explain that. I hope you enjoy the video and let's get to it. So I'm going to be listening to Paperback Writer and Rain for the first time to go along with my listening to the Beatles albums in chronological order. So check those out if you haven't already. The first one I'm going to listen to is called Paperback Writer, and I was trying to think what it could be about, and I was thinking, okay, paperback books typically are like the cheaper versions of hardcover books, so I was like, okay, paperback writer, so is this some weird way of being like a story about a bad writer? I don't know, that's really all my brain could think of, so let's get to it. Paperback writer. Snare guitar riff. Okay, so the character of this story is like, I want to be a paperback writer, so it's in a positive light. I thought it'd be in a bad light for some reason. It's based on a novel by a man named Lear. Immediately I'm like, King Lear? Oh, that's all I could think. Oh! Working at the Daily Mail, different connotation now. Oh! So that's interesting. So they fade out all the instruments to just the vocals, which is the same as the beginning. Paperback writer, and then you have the backing vocals doing the same thing. It sounds like coins being rustled in the percussion. And then the percussion enforcing the writer section. So I was trying to look at that cool guitar riff. So the key is in G, the song of the key is in G, but for this little riff they basically just play it like it's in C major. So instead of having the F as a sharp, they have it as a neutral, just like you would in the C of keys. So you have this cool riff like like, yeah, it's really nice and fun and moving and just playing around in as if it would be in the key of C. So I'm pretty sure when I was listening to yesterday, I was mentioning I like that they're writing lyrics and telling stories about things other than, you know, love. Where did they get these ideas from? The idea to write about wanting to be a paperback writer. Like, that's so unique and unusual. Musically, I feel like this is still quite in line with a lot of their typical Beatles sound. So I'm interested to hear the next one, Rain, and see if it's a little bit different. I reckon they're going to sample Rain sounds for Rain. That bass is really grooving. So something that I mentioned that I enjoy the Beatles do, so the lyric is, when the sun shines they slip into the shade, while the backing vocals are doing, when the sun shines down. I really like having backing vocals be a sentence or a phrase. Of course, you know, backing vocals that are oohs and ahs and la la las, you know, I like them too, but I am a big fan of having like a sentence as a backing vocal. I really like that. Thanks to Maracas shaking it up now. We got the nice tom run. Very interesting way to phrase the word rain, especially as a one-syllable word. Oh, oh. I was like, is that the end? No, it keeps going. I'm trying to figure out, because this isn't catching my ears so quickly. I think it's the lead vocal melody that I'm not the biggest. I'm struggling to get really into it, if I'm honest. Rain. I do like that high harmony. That's quite nice with the rain, rain. That's pretty. Out of the two, Paperback Writer caught my attention more, and I would be more inclined, like, you know, I'm thinking back in the day these were promoted for the album. I would have listened to, I think I would have liked Paperback Writer. That would have gotten me hooked in. The first one I'm going to be listening to is Strawberry Fields Forever, which is such a cool name. I'm not sure what it's about, honestly. It sounds quite like a fantasy dreamlike title of a song, so I'll see if it kind of has that vibe to it. Let's listen and see. Sounds like some lovely woodwinds. Okay, setting the atmosphere. Take you down, strawberry field. Nothing is real. Strawberry fields forever. Forever. Easy with eyes closed. Oh. To be someone, but it all works out. Okay, that lyric really stood out to me. Living is easy with your eyes closed. Like, oh, it's true. It's easy to close your eyes to all the problematic bad things that happen. That lyric really stood out to me. Musically, it's like having these woodwinds create this kind of fantasy, airy-like sound. And of course, I've read a lot in your comments that they were experimenting with certain substances. Honestly, this is like the first song that is really giving me that vibe. If I'm quite honest, like the kind of psychedelic sound vibe. Honestly, it's very pleasant to listen to. I'm really enjoying it. It's interesting songwriting wise. I have this intro, the section, then it almost all strips out to silence almost, and then it just builds up back again with the woodwinds, and you have a nice organ in there as well. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Ooh. What is that? Sorry, it's all going. Hold on, what is that bass? Is it an organ? Is it a cello? I can't quite tell. Okay, so it does say in here brass and contrabass, so that's like that really deep low bass sound. I was like, what is that? So that adds that really thick depth to that song. Wow. Strings. Let me take you. Oh, I freaking like this. I like how an instrument slides like in pitch, like it just like, for me, that's something I personally really enjoy, so that's like giving me all the good vibes. And then you have the tape reverse, which is like creating that cool like a sound effect that like catches your attention. I'm enjoying it. It's also in a 2/4 time, which, you know, just pointing that out. Nothing is real. Feels forever. Forever. Always know, sometimes think it's same part as the intro. Yes, but it's all wrong. I disagree. Staccato strokes to build up again. Let me take I'm going to. Oh, I like this. Nothing is real. Nothing to get hung about. The percussion has gone crazy. Strawberry fields forever. They just use every damn instrument. Now we've got the electric guitar. Oh no. There's more. didn't expect that. Faded out. I thought it was done. Flutes come in. Woodwind. Percussion start building up. I don't know if this will annoy people. This is a very weird observation for me to make, but like cyberpunk music, it's kind of feels like it's a little bit inspired by that moment. They have this thing where all these things kind of build up in intensity and then they strip everything down and then it gradually builds up. Again, I know that's not specific to cyberpunk music, but I don't know, that just weirdly reminded me of that. I love how they were just like instruments. I love how it just feels like they were like, do you want to use all the instruments that you can possibly use? And they were like, yes. Yes, we do. I don't think I've ever listened to a song, like a pop song. I know people don't like it when I say that, but I just mean as in it is popular music. It's done very well. So I've never heard a pop song that has such a variety of instruments. It almost had every like instrument family: woodwind, brass, percussion, you know, keys are considered percussion, strings. They were just like, yep, what this, what this, what this. And I honestly love that. And from my understanding, they didn't tour correct with this, so that they kind of just wanted to do, they could do whatever they wanted to. They weren't restrained by the practicalities of live performance, and I feel like that's cool. It allows for far more experimentation to occur, and wow, I like this one. The next one is Penny Lane. I'm pretty sure I've heard this before. Again, if you asked me to hum it right now, I couldn't. Penny Lane, is that a reference to like a street, a road, a lane? Let's see. This reminds me a lot of the lyricism that we hear in Eleanor Rigby, like it's, you know, the same sort of lyric writing. To me, that's how it sounds just on a first listen. Also, I just want to point out, when I first started listening to the Beatles, I thought the Beatles were known for, honestly, their harmonies. Like, I thought that's what made the Beatles sound, and of course that is an element of it, but I had absolutely no idea how much they experimented with instruments. The fact that just in the previous song, Strawberry Fields Forever, that they almost use every single instrument family, and again, like there's just a casual flute playing around with the piano in a pop song. Even now, that isn't something that we really hear all that much, or if it is, it isn't on the mainstream radio. And I just love that, because there's so many great instruments to hear. And why should we not use them just because they're more traditional classical instruments? You know, I think there's so much color and emotion. I sound like a terrible acting director, the color. But you know, they add so much feeling to the song. And you know, I don't think we should be limited in using only certain instruments because we feel like it has to be a pop song, so we can only use this. You know, I just kind of, that makes my heart happy. I like it. It sounds like a pop song, doesn't it? With the piano. Oh, percussion. Trumpet solo. I like that. She feels like ding dong, percussion. Oh, what was that? I think in comparison to Paperback Writer and Rain, I far prefer these two, as in they just I just like the way they made me feel. Penny Lane, this really does sound like a kind of pub song in terms of like, you know, it's got that piano. It's like Piano Man by Billy Joel, which I know is now inspired a lot by the Beatles. You know, that sounds like the Piano Man who's playing at the bar. You know, you can hear that through the piano and then the lyrics of the song, and this kind of has that same similar vibe. Out of the 4 songs of Rain, Paperback Writer, Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields Forever, which one, if you can remember, had an impact more on you? Like, which one drew you in and caught your attention more? I'd be interested to know that. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe if you want to and check out my other videos and like and all that jazz. Thank you, and until next time, bye.